in the gap.
That's in
Still
the gap.
go.
That's going to
yeah,
win.
that's going to win the
It's
ball game
gone.
for Dike-New Hartford.
That's a walk-off grand slam for
Walk-off
Alston.
grand slam.
And he hits it. It's down the left field line.
It's going to be gone.
Gone. Walk-off home run by Will Texter. Texter base hit. That's going to end the game.
Texter, all he has to do is touch first, and he did. That's going to end the ball game first.
Not over top of
The
him.
head. There it is. It's a home run by Gus Varney to tie the game at 3.
Great
Gus Varney.
hit by Varney. Well, and here comes the other home run hitter tonight.
That's
and he's hurt.
deep. That's going to be out of here. That's a home run.
Back to take the lead.
Back-to-back home runs by the Wolverines.
Reinecke's second of the night. Chopper.
Barney charges.
Barney makes play.
That's
Got
gonna
him.
be- He's out in time. Yes. And Dike-New
Texter
Hartford
held onto the ball.
Cumber squares to bunt.
Does put it down.
So. Costello.
Oh, no play.
No
you got to go
play.
to first. That's
Yep,
a perfect
does.
sacrifice by McCumber.
Yeah,
They are, and here comes Will Texter with one out. They are going to walk Kolash.
And they will.
Intentionally
Oh, my
walk
goodness
Kolash
gracious.
to get to Will Texter.
0-1. Nastrom's pitch.
Grounded out. There it is.
Dike-New Hartford's going to win the ball game
Will-
on a single by Will Texter. Holy cow. That's going to be the ball game.
Get
11-10.
Kolash has got to get to second. There it is.
Does. Travis Texter at first. Batting sixth, Colin Meester playing second base. Batting seventh, Carson Costello, the pitcher for the Wolverines. Batting eighth, Cole McCumber playing right field. Batting ninth, Michael Walston, and he's going to be doing the designated hitting for the left fielder tonight, Ian Steffen.
Well, that lineup, again, Brad, it's a lineup we've seen quite a bit. I do apologize if anybody didn't catch anything we said up to this point. We didn't have our audio set up. We had to reset everything up tonight, so I do apologize. We will get into things as we go along here. But, again, I think as you talked about it, Brad, with that lineup, the Wolverines lineup, Varney, again, over 500, but you've got 5-6 guys that are still batting over 300 themselves and in the upper threes. So, a couple good hitting lineups tonight.
It is, and I think both pitchers will feel this lineup out for the first rotation, and then the second, third, and fourth time they face a pitcher will tell the story. I think here.
Yeah, and I think as you said, it's going to be turning the innings over, turning the lineup over. As we kind of keep moving along here, we'll move into the keys for the game. So my 3 keys for tonight, whatever it takes, and I stole 3 of these from football teams, so 2 of them from ours. Whatever it takes. We got to play through everything. Whatever happens on the field, you got to play through it. We talked about that against Osage up in Mason City. We had some uncharacteristic errors in that game, but you just, as a team, you have to battle through it, and that's what the Wolverines were able to do then, and you expect them to do the same thing here tonight.
Yep.
My second one, in our hands, and that is our football slogan for this year. That's why I did it. But, again, control what we can and play our game. Bring what we do.
Yep.
And what we do is we don't strike out. We put the ball in play. We make teams field it, and we take advantage when it's there. I think that's the Wolverine way, and that's the way this team has played all year. And then the third one, just win, baby.
Yeah.
And, it's this time of year, Brad. It's one and done, survive in advance. I talked with a couple of guys after the Osage game that were a little frustrated with their performance, but as they said, we get to play another one, and that's a big part of it is just getting to survive and advance to the next one.
Exactly right, Joe. So, and, maybe weather the storm. If the Wolverines, we talk about how many times this Wolverine team can be punched in the gut and not give up, and keep that attitude, that never say die attitude, and keep the faith no matter what happens.
Yeah, and as we kind of look at this state bracket, how this all lays out here, again, you've got the second game tonight after us is the Van Meter and Carroll Kemper game, and that one will decide who plays the winner of this game.
Yep.
We just saw a great game between Mid Prairie and Cascade that ended a one-run game and strikeout in the bottom of the 7th inning. Really looked like that one might go extras and really give us a little bit later start than we wanted.
Yeah, it really Cascade was sitting pretty much how they wanted it in the bottom of the 7th with 2 on and no outs, and then we see a pickoff play at first that allowed an out, and then a sac fly that the runner on second didn't take up and go to third, and then the strikeout at the end. Unfortunate for Cascade.
All right, sorry, it wasn't a strike. It was a fly out to right field. He had 2 strikes on him, but but just again, that was Mid Prairie made a change there in their pitchers right late at the end of that game, and we've talked about what a pitching change usually means when the Wolverines are playing. So it was interesting just to kind of see how other teams react to it. But Cascade, to their credit, battled in and stayed in there and really battled that game down. It was 3-0 going into the 6th inning, and it looked like it could get away from them real quick.
Yep, exactly right. So, anything can happen. Anything's possible, as we've seen throughout the years, or throughout this year with this Dike-New Hartford team. So, I don't count this Dike-New Hartford team out until it's the end of the 7th. So,
well, Brad, we were down 7-0 after the top of the first.
Yep.
I don't think there's any way we can top that. No. I don't want to.
No.
But in talking with Coach Martin, I know he's super excited here as we get a chance to play tonight. This afternoon, and actually, really, this afternoon, it's beautiful. This field, I've never been to this field before, but this is amazing out here.
It's a beautiful field. Deep backstop, obviously, but with the weather conditions, it looks like a gusty west wind blowing like left to right. As we look at it, at about 13, probably gusting higher. 90 degrees out on the field, but feels like 96, almost 100 degrees out there. So also another key, maybe keep the inning short for this Wolverine team.
Well, and you've got, as we kind of look at the dimensions, you're shorter to right field, which I don't think we need to talk about the Wolverines' ability to pull the ball with those lefties. But I think as we looked at this, as we kind of talked on the trip down, Brad, I got a couple of guys. My first one for players to watch is Reineke. You mentioned the deep backstop. he's really got to protect the plate tonight. He's got to be that wall behind the plate for this team, because you don't want those balls getting loose. And really, he had a great night the other night. We got to keep his bat hot and continue in that four hole to continue to get hits.
Yep, exactly right. Yeah, you couldn't have said it better, Joe. So, got another one?
Yep, my second one is actually I took the cheap way out and said the entire offensive lineup. And the reason I said the offensive lineup is we saw it in Mason City against Osage. The Wolverines brought up 7, 8, 9 in the bottom of that bottom of the seventh inning, and 7 and 8 both got on, and then a great bunt by McCumber to move them into scoring position, forced Osage to walk Kolash that gave Will Texter the chance to get that base hit.
Yep.
It's just a matter, as we said, it's a matter of turning over the lineup, getting back to the top with runners on.
Yeah. For me, Joe, I'm going to say it's going to be the 2 and 3 hitters for this Dike-New Hartford team. 8 for 9 in the Osage game was Gus Varney and Will Texter. And, keep it going, keep the hot bats going. And then also, I'll stay with that 7, 8, 9, 6, 7, 8, 9 lineup, or our batters. We got to push that back to the top of the order for these guys. So, in order to be successful, I think.
I think as we talk about it, the big thing here is, as a visiting team, top of the first, you want to come out right away. You need to get some runs on the board. But I think as this Wolverine team has showed, if you don't, it isn't going to kill you.
No.
I mean, these guys, again, I'm gonna harp on this a little bit, but down 7-0 after the top of the first inning the other night, and won at 11 to 10 in 7 innings.
Oh yeah, we talked about that. The never say die attitude of the Dike-New Hartford Wolverines. We've seen the grand slam walk off by Walston against Columbus, and then Lewis Texter with a single to win against Sumner Fred. Anything can happen, and any player can step up when they need to for this Dike-New Hartford lineup.
Well, and as we get the introductions here for the Wolverines and the Trailblazers, we kind of look at this. Both teams score within a run and a half of each other. 9, 7.5. Both teams now. Beckman does give up a couple more runs than the Wolverines do, but both teams hit about the same. Both teams on base percentage is about the same. It just really is this team. And as I look at these, the two that stood out to me, really, it is the on-base percentage, because the Wolverines, even though they're hitting at 339, they're 471 on base, which means we're getting walks. We're getting on any way possible.
Exactly.
And then the other one is those walks, 160 walks for the Wolverines to 129. But Beckman does have 140 stolen bases to the Wolverines 72, so Nick Reineke could see some work tonight.
Yeah, I would think so. If you look at it, I think they're going to test the arm of Nick Reineke, no doubt about it, by this Beckman Catholic team.
Yeah, I expect to see that tonight as we get into this game, Brad. I think that's going to be a big thing. We haven't seen really anyone that has pushed Reineke.
No.
I'll be interested to see if Reineke decides to go throw behind guys a little bit, which he doesn't do most of the time. But if you're looking to try and make some plays in the field, never know.
Yeah, you never know. And again, we talk about it every game too. We're going to have to see what the strike zone is going to be like. We're going to see 4 new umpires out on the field.
Yep, and we talked about it. Brad, it was interesting because this is watching the game before us. This is the first time we'll see 4 umpires.
Yep, exactly.
We had 3 the other night, so to have 4 tonight is you got more guys making calls.
Yep,
so.
exactly right.
Well, and we're getting the starting lineup here for the Wolverines.
The center fielder, number 2, David Kolosh. Batting second, the third baseman, number 3, Will Texter. Batting third, the shortstop, number 1, Gus Varney. Batting fourth.
Well, talk about it.
Number 22.
Each, the top 4 batters for this Dike-New Hartford team can find a gap at any time. They can pull the ball either in right center or left center, and it's a deep alley out here.
Yep.
So,
we went back-to-back doubles the other night. It's just kind of one of those things that it's possible. But I mean, everybody in this lineup is capable of hitting a gap.
Yep, exactly right.
We've seen these guys come hot and get hot, so you want to see that really come in. And again, with Walston and then McCumber in that 8-9 spot.
Yeah. It'll be McCumber then Walston. But anyway, yeah.
Flipped it.
Oh,
It's
did he?
Walston, then McCumber. McCumber's going to get that 9 hole again.
Okay. I will change that a second.
Here's the starting lineup in batting order for the Trailblazers of Beckman Catholic, who enter this contest with a season record of
But,
24
I mean, we
wins
talked about it
and
the other night,
13
Brad. This will be Walston's second game fully back where he's in the starting lineup, even as a DH. So, you know, you want to see him kind of pick it up a little bit and get an opportunity to put the ball in play and see what he can do.
Yeah, exactly right.
And we know he's got speed. We know he can get around the base paths.
Yep. So,
After all, he stole second and third the other night.
yeah, exactly. So, yeah, we'll see what happens here.
Well, and Brad, again, as we get going, again, I know we said it already once, but much appreciation to Josh Nolan and Central Iowa Chaos for their sponsorship and our unnamed anonymous sponsor who I know has been listening to us all year.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
So
right.
we appreciate it.
Huge
And
thank you.
and again, got to shout out Chad Bixby and Travis Hewitt, Cody Eichmeyer, all guys who have let us do our job, do what we want to do this year, and really bring you what we can.
Yeah, exactly right. Couldn't have done it without them guys. So, yeah. Thank you to all those guys, and yeah, we're gonna get started here shortly, Joe.
Yeah, it looks like we're getting through the lineups, and we should be ready to roll.
I would think so here shortly.
And the umpires for this game, as assigned by the Iowa High School Athletic Association. At third base, Mr. Travis Pike. At second base, Mr. Justin Meyer. At first base, Mr. Matt Pitts. And behind home plate, pulling the balls and strikes, Mr. Scott Whitefield.
As we get the introduction of the umpires.
Let's play state tournament baseball.
Yep, and being that we're the third game of the day, no anthem.
No anthem,
we'll
exactly right.
get right after it here. It looks like coaches are going to come out, and we should be ready to roll, Brad.
Exactly right. Coach Martin shaking hands with the umpires. Here comes the Beckman Catholic coach.
Well, and as we get a little break here and warm-ups are starting, we'll hit our on this day in sports history. I do have a couple tonight. First one in 1909, Cleveland shortstop Neil Ball pulled off the first unassisted triple play in Major League history. I have zero idea how it happened because it was 1909 and there's no video of it. The second one's from 94. The Kingdom, home of the Mariners, was closed after 4 ceiling tiles fell nearly 180 feet into the stands behind home plate. The Mariners were forced into a 22-day road trip before the season was cut short by the players' strike.
Oh, nice. Yep.
So here again, Brad, we get ready to start warm-ups here, and it's been weird. I'm trying to think the last time the Wolverines were away.
Yeah, not as the only time it was obviously in the home or away games, and that probably would be Mason City Newman.
Yeah, I think it was up at Newman and probably Parkersburg before that. So Parkersburg's the last time I saw him play as an away team. But there again, I'm going to say this once and probably say it a few times, but Becky Johnson over there leading the cheers for the Wolverines, as she always does.
As she always does, no matter what sport it is.
Yep. All right. Looks like we're about ready here, Brad, and state baseball underway here for the Wolverines.
It'll be Kolash, Will Texter, and Gus Varney to face Schmidt here, top of the first inning.
Well, and I think this will be an interesting battle between the Wolverines and Schmidt. Schmidt definitely is 66 strikeouts on the year. He's high in the strikeout category. Yep. And the Wolverines really don't strike out a whole lot.
No.
Especially the top of this order, and they will battle and they will run up pitch count. Tonight will be nice because we'll get a pitch count announcement after every inning.
Exactly right. So that
we
that
won't
would
have
be
to
nice.
question it.
So we'll see as Schmidt finishes his warm-up. Beckman in green shirts, yellow numbers, white pants.
Well, and Brad, one other thing that's kind of a big thing, and this is probably the second team we've seen that's heavy on the senior side.
Oh, okay.
This Beckman team has got 7 seniors on it.
Looks like the third baseman, Butchard, is in on the grass at third. Kolash in the box. Swings and misses at strike one.
Kolash, big swing through that one.
Well, taking the first pitch, going with it, so we'll see what happens here.
Curveball outside.
1-1 evens the count at 1.
Kolash holds off on it.
Wolverines dressed in black again. Gray pants. There's a
Ball
high
in
chopper
play.
over right at third. Butcher in
Yep.
time to make the play. Out number 1.
And really, I at any point that was going to be a tough play because Kolosh runs so well, but that big hop and he was already in a little bit, which allowed him to come up on it quick.
Yeah, if he would have been playing deep at third, that would have been a tough play for the third baseman.
I'm not sure I would play in on this guy though.
No, but nonetheless, Butcher is in on the grass. Schmidt skips one into Texter.
Well, and Texter again, as we talked about it, went from struggling there in the top of the first inning, got hit. You know, and really, I mean, struggled but got hit the other night, and then came back and got that base game-ending hit.
And
there it is.
Grounded up the middle. That's going to be a base hit. Starts the Wolverine offense off.
It looked very eerily similar, Brad.
Yes, it did.
Well, and you got a righty on the mound, so we'll see what they decide to do here with Texter. You know Texter's going to get a lead, and we'll see what kind of pickoff move we got here.
Exactly right. It'll be, excuse me, that's not Butcher on third. That is Tier on third. Varney capable of pulling it anyway. Center fielder Schiltz shaded into right center.
Oh, bounced in.
0-1 on Varney.
Now that one skipped just in front, just at the edge of the dirt. I mean, really, that one I think got away from him a little bit.
Yeah.
Here again, Varney best hitter on this Wolverine team by every stat imaginable.
Exactly. Schmidt steers in at the catcher. He's going to deliver the 0-1. That's going to
one
skip
skips in.
0-2. Varney.
2-0 on Varney, and this is not a guy you want to get behind on.
No.
This is one, like we've said, best hitter on this team by stats, and really I expect to see it.
Wind still blowing left to right.
No, kind of into his power alley.
The pitch. Varney's going to look at
He'll
strike
take that one.
Yep. 2-1 now.
Not bad. Not a bad pitch, and I don't think there's much he could do with that.
No. Texter takes his lead. Butcher holding him on at first. He's going to ground one through them. Past a diving Tier at third.
Texter to second. Wolverines 2 on, 1 out here in the top of the first.
Pair of singles puts 2 on for the Wolverines.
And here comes
Nick Reinecke.
a guy you definitely don't want to get behind.
Next batter for the Wolverines, the catcher, number 22, Nick Reinecke.
Nick had 2 home runs, including the one that basically gave the Wolverines the win against Grundy Center, and came back and hit well the other night.
Runners take their lead for the Wolverines. The pitch. He's going to look at strike number 1.
It's all right. I think we've seen with Nick, we've seen that he will take those, and he is more than willing to take those strikes and still get a good hack on it.
Lewis Texter on deck. Schmidt's pitch. Outside. They're going to throw down. Good play by the shortstop off him, and to keep that ball from carrying him into center field.
And they had Texter. Texter got a little bit wide on his lead, and they had a shot at him, but a great play there by Short to knock that ball down, or else he's standing on third right now.
I would think so. 1-1, 1 out, 2 on. Schmidt's pitch. Reinecke's going to foul it off at the plate and hang in there 1-2.
Yeah, fouled off himself. Nice, it was really good curveball. Nick did a good job of fighting it. Here again, you know, Reinecke with 2 strikes is a very good hitter.
Texter takes his lead. Schmidt, the pitch. Reinecke
came back with some gas and got him.
Out number 2, strikeout number 1 for Schmidt.
Well, and again, he put it on the outside edge, which Nick didn't have a choice. He had to take a hack at it, and it was a good spot to put it. So
brings in Lewis Texter. Still 2 on.
2 on, 2 out.
Schmidt. Texter's going to swing and miss at strike 1.
Well, and Lou, the other night, had to come in, relieve his brother early, and went the rest of the game and did a great job of holding the Osage hitters down.
Yeah, he really played a phenomenal game in Mason City. And Lewis Texter's going to call time.
This is what we do.
0-1.
The games.
0-1 on Lou Texter. Here's the pitch. That's inside, 1-1. Well, and then we'll see how far this Beckman pitcher goes. We talked about maybe they may go throw 60, 70 pitches per pitcher, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting stat to keep an eye on. The Wolverines have really done a good job of getting pitchers out of the game. Yep.
Strike 2.
Yep,
Down
good pitch
the
there. Again, I don't know, Lou wasn't ready for that one, but here we go with 2 strikes. Time to be hitter.
1-2 with Texter and Varney second and first. Schmidt's going to deliver the 1-2. And got him
great curveball.
Out number 3. We'll go to the bottom of the first after this.
All right, back here for the bottom of the first inning. Wolverines put a couple on, a couple singles, but leave them stranded and go to bottom of the first, 0-0, as the Trailblazers get their first at bat.
Yep. So we'll see how Costello will handle this. Young, freshman, as we said. See if Reineke can let Costello stay in his zone. You know, don't let him get too far out here. Stepping in the box is Schultz, the center fielder. The first pitch driven out of play, strike number 1.
Well, and this is what Costello does. He's going to stay around the plate, and he's going to make you foul it off, and then he'll sneak one by you.
Yep, we talked about it in the Grundy game. He's a pinpointer, and he's going to have Schultz down 0-2.
Look really, Brad, for him to waste one here. Hit the edge of the zone, try and get a called strike.
McCumber deep and right.
Yep. Nibbles.
Just as we were saying, that pitch was high. 1-2. Offerman on deck. The pitch. Driven into Kolash on the run. Makes the play. Long run by Kolash into left center field. That puts the glove to it for out number 1.
Yep, great job of Kolash going and getting the ball and chasing it down. Again, something we've seen all year. He's on his horse getting over there. Stefan coming over to back him up. So great job by the Wolverines there.
It'll be Nate Offerman, the shortstop, in the box. Costello works. For pitch number 1 is ball.
High and wide. Offerman 361 on the year.
So, yeah. Here's the 1-0. Strike number 1. 1-1.
Well, and Brad, that's a big one there for Costello to find that strike zone. Find out what he's going to get called tonight. Just
1-1, 1 out.
Furniture here.
That's grounded to Texter. Puts the glove to it. Unloads across the diamond.
Oh, pulled him off.
Pulled Texter off the bag. Pulled his brother off the bag, and that's going to be an infield single.
Well, it looks like they're giving him an error on that one. So it'll be probably E5.
Next batter for the Trailblazers, the left fielder, number 17, Luke Sigler.
Offerman reaches on the air by Will Texter. Offerman takes his lead. The pitch. Outside, 0-1 or 1-0. On deck, Hunergarth, the catcher. Sigroth in the box, left-handed batter. Lifts it out of play, 1-1. Keep that ball in the inner portion. Don't let these first couple batters get their arms extended.
Yep.
I think
that's
is the key for Costello here.
1 and 4 are really their home run hitters in this squad. So
Costello's 1-1.
Nice play.
Swing and miss.
Foul ball that will move the runner back to first.
1 and 2. Looks like he took a little bit off that pitch, Joe, and
Quick call by the umpire.
Had Sigroth out in front of it.
Yeah, and that's with Costello. That's going to be the big thing. He's got to change speeds. He's got to change locations.
Did that phenomenal job in the Grundy game. Under the glove of Meester.
And misplayed by McCumber. They are going to hold the runners. That's going to be a double. Again, still one out. That ball just got into the gap. Meester playing a little bit closer to second.
Yeah, he was maybe a step away from getting that glove.
Yep.
Getting to that ball. So 1 out, 2 on for the Blazers here in the bottom of the first inning. Costello working the hill. Instead of ball high.
Well, in this one, this is for the.
And Nick Reinke's going to go out and talk to Costello.
Well, and for the Trailblazers here, this is by stats number 2 in their hitters. He's 434 on the year, 4 home runs, only 4 walks and 13 strikeouts. So he's going to put the ball in play.
Yep. Costello deals the 1-0. Strike number 1, right down Broadway.
Well, and it'd be interesting to see, Brad. We've seen this quite a bit this year. Varney has seen it where he gets 2-0, 3-0 count, and they just intentionally walk him. You don't want to take a chance.
Nope.
So it'll be interesting to see what Coach Martin and the Wolverines do here.
1-1, 1 out. That pitch is high. 2-0 or 2-1. Just got to follow through.
Yeah, he just didn't bend over. Just didn't bend through on that one. So
still probably playing a little bit of the nerves in the young freshman. Three and 1.
Great block by Reineke there. That ball kind of skidded into him, and he just sat down on it. So a great job there of holding that thing up and keeping, again, 3-1. Nothing too good here.
No. See if we can get Hunergarth to chase something, but it's 3-1 on the catcher from Beckman. Costello looks and delivers. That's going to skip in, and that's going to be a walk.
And there again, nothing hurt on that. You had first base open, so now you got to force out everywhere.
It'll be Nick Schmidt.
Looks like the Wolverines are going to play the corners in, everybody in a little bit. Other than Varney
and Meester are going to be deep up the middle.
Yep. Looking to turn 2 up the middle, but cut them down at home here if you get anything to the corners.
Costello's going to deal the first pitch to Schmidt.
That's up in the air. Tagging at third. Here comes
Kolash.
And that will score a run.
That's going to score Offerman on the sac fly by Schmidt, but 2 outs. The runners that were on base do not advance.
Nope, nobody else went anywhere.
Next up to bat, the first baseman, Butcher.
It looks like we're going to have a runner.
For the catcher, yep.
It's going to be number 3, Spencer Ray.
Yep, Spencer Ray, the new
junior will run.
Pinch runner.
Trailblazers, number 3, Spencer Ray.
I guessed right.
You guessed right, Joe. So not in unfamiliar territory as this Wolverine team being down in the first inning. Costello's pitch.
Up.
Up high around the belt. 1-0 on Butcher. On deck, the second baseman Craner. Costello's 1-0. Strike number 1, outer portion, but got the call. 1-1.
And I think we talked about this. You know, Costello takes first couple innings to really locate and figure out what's going to be called a strike, and then he'll get stronger after that. So
the pitch. Chopper, high chopper. It's a race to the plate. He's out. Got him in time. Good job.
Costello, great cover. Lou Texter with a great flip over to him. And the Wolverines get out of there, only giving up 1 run.
Exactly right. Beckman strands 2 will go to the top of the second after this. Hard works
All right, we are back here in Carroll, Merchants Park for the top of the second inning. Wolverines are now down 1-0.
Yep, 1-0. Top of the second inning coming up. It'll be Meester, Costello, then Walston. He's going to foul the first pitch back. Down 0-1.
Well, a good piece, got a good piece of it. And right now for Colin, that's what we really need to do.
Yeah, just put the bat on the ball. 0-1, the next pitch. He's going to drive that out of.
He's a little behind it, but
0-2.
he's got a quick bat. This is probably going to be curve right here.
I would think Schmidt's going to deal him a curveball.
Curve, slider, something with movement.
Fought it off. 0-2 yet.
Yep, Meester. So, Meester really he will extend at bats as long as he can.
What the Wolverines need to get at Schmidt, the Blazer pitcher. Wind gusting yet. Wasted a pitch there. 1-2. That pitch was outside.
Nibble outside, try and get him to reach for it. I like that pitch, really, for all pitchers in that situation.
Schmidt shakes off the catcher Hunegarth. And he's
going to
middle.
There's
Meester.
Meester.
That's what we were looking for.
Meester, just a little line drive, right up the middle over the base.
3 hits now for the Wolverines.
The next batter for the Wolverines, the pitcher, number 11, Carson.
Costello can help his cause here.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see what Coach Martin wants to do here, Brad, because Costello, one of the best bunters this Wolverine team has.
By far, Costello doesn't square. He's going to take a pitch down low from Schmidt. 1-0 with Meester standing on first.
Meester's getting his lead. Meester got a pretty decent lead over there at first.
Decent lead. Butcher holding him on.
Ball
high on Costello. 2-0.
And you can see how they're trying to pitch the Wolverines.
That pitch is outside. 3-0 on Costello with Michael Walston standing on the on-deck circle.
Well, and Walston really still shaking some rust off from being out a few games.
Yep. Expecting take all the way here.
Yep.
That's strike number 1. 3-1. That's expected, Joe.
There's some things you can just bank on, and that's one of them. 3-0 we're taking.
Schmidt is 3-1.
Ooh,
swing and miss. 3-2 now on Costello.
Schmidt came back with a nice pitch right there, Brad. Just
threw it by him.
Just really fired it right down the middle.
The 3-2. Costello's going to swing and miss at strike 3. Out number 1.
Well,
strikeout number 3 by Schmidt.
Yeah, and as you said, Walston coming to the plate. This is big because you got Walston McCumber top, and you really need to we get one of these next 2 on, get to the top, even with a couple outs.
Yeah. We've seen Wolverines do damage with 2 outs. Walston's going to look at strike number 1.
Well, again, I think this is you said it there a little bit during the break as we came back. You know, Schmidt reminds you a lot of Will Texter.
Yep. He's going to golf one into left.
Oh!
That's going to be in the gap. It
That's
does
down.
fall. Misplayed by the
Meester
center field.
stumbles around second, but he is going to get to third. And that ball skipped away, and here comes Walston.
To second. Yes, and Wolverines are in business.
That ball hit and just about skipped away from the center fielder. He had to barehand it, and then Meester, I looked up, and Meester stumbled coming around second.
Yeah.
So all in all, just a little bit of craziness.
Runners on
But
second, third.
here comes McCumber with 1 out.
Cole McCumber, the right fielder, sophomore. Schmidt stares in at the catcher and delivers. He's going to ground
the
one.
ground.
He's going to score a run.
And we'll get a run across. Great
Good
piece
job
of
by
hit by
McCumber.
McCumber. The Wolverines tie this one up. Well, and now you got Walston 90 feet away, Brad.
Yep.
And we talked about how deep this backstop is. If one of these balls gets away as fast as he is, he will be in.
Yeah, and we've seen Schmidt skip a couple into the catcher, so.
If you're Kolach here, you need to find a way on any way you can get there.
Tier in on the grass. Kolach swings and misses at a curveball from Schmidt. 0-1.
Kolach gets set. Curve again.
Yep. Swings and misses. 0-2.
A couple outside curves that Kolach has struggled to stay on. And there again, Brad, it's just go with it. You know, you just got to stay in and go with the ball. Go with the pitch.
0-2. 2 outs, 1 on.
Up
Ball high. 1-2 now on Kolach. Walston standing on third. Schmidt looks in at the catcher and deals the 1-2.
Oh, skipped him, but stayed right in front of him.
Good job by Hoonergarth to keep that ball in front of him.
I think you're going to see a couple of really good catchers here today, Brad. That both of these guys do a great job of blocking pitches and not getting fooled.
2-2. Schmidt's pitch.
Got him on the curve.
Strikeout number 3. The Wolverines leave 1 on, but score a run to tie the ball game at 1. We'll go to the bottom of the second after this.
All right, as we come back, Reineke will get set to throw this one down. Brad, Wolverines scratch one across there on a ground ball by McCumber. Gets the RBI even though he was thrown out at first. So here we go, 1-1 going in the bottom of the second.
And I think that gives that Cole McCumber a little bit of confidence in that 9-hole. So we'll see how that holds true for the Wolverines. It'll be Craner, Florence, and then Kleesner to face Costello here, top of the second inning. Ball outside.
Well, and right here, this is where if you're the Wolverines, you got to get these first 2 guys.
Yep.
Give yourself a little confidence.
Right center field, long run by Kolach. He's on his horse.
Over
the head
there, and McCumber kind of overran it. That will be a double.
That's going to be a double by Craner.
Well, this will be interesting, Brad, to see how long Coach Martin, and again, we talked about it. I have all the faith in the world in.
The next batter for the Trailblazers, the right fielder, number 2, Matthew Florence.
Florence, left-handed batter for the Blazers. Will Texter in on the grass, expecting something from Florence. The pitch by Costello, lifted it. Foul, Texter on the run.
Texter with all sorts of room to run over there.
Yeah, we talked about, you know, this is deep foul territory, you know. A foul ball could make a difference here.
Yeah, this is, and again, as we talked about it again at Mason City in that game against Osage. The Wolverines not used to all this space on the sides.
No.
You know, what we've got down the lines is pretty short, pretty small area there for the Wolverines.
Florence with an 0-1 count on him. Costello sets and delivers. That skips in. 1-1.
And he showed bunt, pulled it back. That one, I don't know, that came out of Costello's hand a little weird, but.
A little funny. But the Wolverines were talking. We've seen Varney hustling to third to cover third on the charging Will Texter. 1-1. The pitch. Swing and miss, strike 2.
Great comeback pitch there by Costello after that other one. That second one skipped out of his hand.
Florence down 1-2 on Costello. Costello's going to look and deal the 1-2. Fouled away. It's going to stay in the field of play.
Interesting, Brad, as we kind of look around here, it looks like chicken wire.
Yeah, it really does. It really does, and it kind of has that, you know, little bit of twang to it when the ball comes off of it.
But I feel protected.
Yep. 1-2 yet. Costello's pitch. Driven into center.
Galash is coming in. Can't make the play.
Blazers are in business now. 2 on with runners on the corners.
Yep, and we're gonna have quick time by Coach Martin. I don't know if what he sees, if he doesn't like what he sees. I think as we've talked, he does a good job of coming out and chatting with these guys, and not necessarily where every time he comes out they think they're getting pulled.
Yep.
You know, he's gonna talk with these guys about what's going on and you know where we're at. But right there, it looked like Kolash was playing awful deep on that one, and it just flared out into center short of him.
Talk about 326 down the left field line, 358 in the gap, 392, maybe 400 to straightaway center, then 353 to right center.
Yeah, this
322 down the right field line.
Interesting dimensions here as we sat and looked at it, Brad. That 392 into the corner there, there's a flat. The outfield fence is flat, parallel to what we're sitting.
Yeah.
And so it's across there is going to be tough, but
brings in the designated hitter Eli Kleesner.
Now in first and third, see what the Wolverines have got planned.
Costello's going to set and deliver to the right-handed Kleesner.
Yep, just a pump fake by. We're going to give him second. Nothing hurt there.
Strike number 1 on Kleesner.
Yep, great pitch there. Come back with that strike. Start him off here.
Kleesner's hands in. See if he can ground one to Texter to Varney. That's high and outside. 1-1.
Well, 1-1 here, and no outs, 2 on for the Trailblazers.
Costello sets and delivers. Fouled away right at us.
I was on it, Brad.
1-2.
I wouldn't have caught it, but I was on it.
Yeah. I've seen the hands coming up. Schultz on deck.
This is a big one here. You got to find a way to get an out.
1-2. Blazers base runners on second and third. Costello delivers. Grounded in the hole. Varney's going to look. He's out at third. Good play by Varney and Texter to get the tag.
Great play by Varney and Texter to talk. I'm guessing to talk over there because Varney was going to go to first and then quick flipped it to third to get the out. Well, Trailblazers do score one though.
Infield single delivered by Kleesner, but the out at third. Good job by the Wolverines cutting down that go-ahead or that lead runner. Brings in Schultz.
Yeah, I almost thought he was going to come home with it on that ground ball.
That's driven into center.
And they're just, yep, just right in front of Kolach again. And of course, this is kind of the problem now, as Coach Martin's already taken his one visit to the mound.
Yep.
Really need to get, if you're Costello, just find a way out of it.
One out, 2 on for the Blazers. Kleesner at second, Schultz at first.
Just got to find an out here.
Offerman on deck. Looks at strike one from Costello. Offerman at the plate. He grounded to Will Texter at third, but the errant throw pulled his brother off the bag. In the first
we
inning.
get one here. Will can step and throw.
Yep. The pitch.
Just out.
Just misses.
It's a good pitch, though, from Costello.
Well, you get that pitch by some umpires. Doesn't look like you're going to get that call here from home plate umpire tonight.
Nope.
1-1. Grounded up the middle.
Varney steps on it.
He's out there, and the high
pulls Texter off the base again. He was up off it. He's trying to get back down on it, but they could not get the double play. You get the out at second, and the runner moves to third. So, yeah, you saw that one come out of Varney's hand a little bit high.
Yep.
I think he was trying to avoid the runner. The runner was sliding in hard, and so he's trying to avoid him, and he just flipped it a little bit higher than he wanted to.
It'll be Sigroth at the plate, doubled his first time up to bat. Runners on the corners by the Blazers. They're going to chase Offerman back.
Lou with the fake throw to third. Gets the runner diving back into third base.
The pitch by Costello. Strike number one. Good start. Work ahead. Oh and 1. Costello steers in at Reineke. Kick and the fire. Skits away.
Uh-oh. Costello late coming to cover home. Reineke. So Costello was late covering home. Ball skipped away from Reineke. Runner comes in to score. Runner on first goes to second, and as the ball skipped all the way to Lou Texter, he just threw it down to Varney to try and get that out. But
1-1 on Sigroth.
Yep.
3-1 now. Blazers.
This is what we talked about at the beginning of this, Brad, is just not the extra mistakes here, not the extra outs.
Well, that ball didn't carry him away too far from Reineke.
No, but he was coming hard right away.
I think if Reineke would have known that, it would have been a different story.
Well, and I'd say the same thing about Costello. Costello was a little delayed coming home, so when Reineke turned, he didn't have anybody there to throw to.
Nope. 1-2 on Sigroth. The pitch. Fouled away. That's going to reach the fans in left field. One and 2 yet. Sigroth will see the pitch count over again. Grounded. Lou Texter, the throw. Got him in time. Bang, bang play at first. He's going to end the inning for the Blazers. But the Blazers score 2 and lead 3-1. We'll go to the bottom or top of the third after this.
All right, as we come back here, Brad, a couple runs there by the Trailblazers. They have 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 error, and the Wolverines 1 run on 4 hits and 1 error. Ball's thrown down, and we're going to bring Will Texter up here to start this one off. Wolverines with a couple uncharacteristic throwing errors in the first couple innings.
Yeah, it really was. Wolverines just have to settle down a little bit in the outfield and play baseball. So we'll see Will Texter, Gus Varney, Nick Reinecke, 2, 3, 4 hitters for the Wolverines to face Schmidt here. Top of the 3rd inning.
Holds off. Ball 1.
1-0.
Texter looked like he wanted to take a hack at it, held off on it, so.
Outfield straight away. That's going to be strike number 1, 1-1.
Well, I think, Brad, as we've watched this Wolverine team all year, they're not afraid to take strikes.
Nope.
They're not afraid to take pitches.
So 1-1. That's outside. 2-1. 2-1 on Will Texter.
And I'll tell you, Brad, through a couple innings, Garth has impressed the heck out of me with his ability to get to the ball.
Slow curveball outside. 3-1 on Will.
There were a couple there's in the first inning that skipped in, and and on that one, curveball outside, he snapped his glove out there and got it. So
that's going to be a walk to Will Texter. Brings in Varney, and that's going to be the first walk delivered by Schmidt.
Well, and we talked about it. Brad Schmidt he had 25 walks on the year, so can get a little wild. Well, and here's a guy for the Wolverines needs to keep hot here.
Texter takes his lead. The pitch to Varney, way outside.
Yeah, and so far, Brad, from what I'm seeing, I don't see that. I think that where Schmidt's placing is where he wants to, because it's not fooling his catcher.
Takes a curveball in the dirt. 2-0 on Gus Varney. Wind still blowing left to right. Will Texter takes his lead. Butcher holding him on.
Snap throw to first, but did not get him. That was a called strike on Varney.
2-1.
And Garth with a great throw down to first. Skipped into first baseman. I think it shocked him a little bit. It was coming.
A little bit. 2-1 on Varney. Here comes the pitch by Schmidt. They're going to chase Texter back. High throw. That's going to stay there.
Did not get very far away, so first baseman was able to get his glove on it. But we talk about this, Brad. That's the danger of throwing over. You never know. One gets away.
Varney set for the 2-1. Varney's going to high chopper up the middle. It's going to be 1 for sure. That
ball got away, so did not get the second out. Again, that ball, just like what we saw out of Varney, the ball jumped right over the base and allowed really, I think what hurt the shortstop there is he had to come back and get it. He had to go back to the base. He had overrun the base a little bit and had to go back to it. So
Nick Reinecke in the box. Struck out, swinging his first time up to bat.
1 out here. This would be a good time for Reinecke to stay hot, find a spot for it.
Varney takes his lead at first. The pitch.
Curveball out.
Good hold up by Reinecke.
Yeah, I think you see these Wolverine hitters that know they got to have a quick bat, but we saw it out of Texter and we've seen out of Reinecke, their ability to hold up.
High strike called on Reinecke. 1-1.
Out there again. If you're Nick, you got to look for that. That's the one you want to look for.
1-1.
Varney with a good lead.
The pitch. And they lift it, and that's going to make it out of here.
Top of us? Yep. Right on top.
1-2. Lou Texter on deck. Varney takes a couple steps off first. Schmidt's pitch to Nick Reinecke.
Ball out.
2-2. We talked about it as we were off the air. Good movement by Schmidt on that curveball.
Yeah, it moves quite a bit, which is, I know, tough for some of these Wolverine batters to figure out.
High chopper.
Oh,
and that's misplayed by the shortstop, Offerman.
Yeah, he tried to play it off that hop, and he ended up getting short hopped on it. So that'll move Varney up, and That'll put runners at first and second.
They're going to allow that a hit by Nick Reinecke.
That would have been a tough out, too, with
Yep.
it looks like we're going to have a runner here. It's going to be Decker. Cam Decker going to run for Reinecke. Not getting any slower on the base pass, Brad. Decker's got some speed.
No, you don't. But we don't see, well, we do see it a little bit out of Lou Texter, just square around and bump, but I think he'll.
Yeah, he's not prone to doing that. And with one out, you know, it'd really be nice for him to find a spot to put one. Just get a base hit.
Yep.
You don't want to kill it. You just need a base hit.
Right side of the infield, and there's a hole there.
Yeah, not holding Decker on right now. Not holding anybody on there in double play depth.
Schmidt's first pitch to Lou Texter. Inside. 1-0. Lou can get an inside pitch and drive it over the first baseman's head here.
Well, we know he likes to chop that ball over first base, so. Fouls it off. Ooh.
That caught the hand of Hunergard.
Yep, that's gonna
hurt.
That one stung a little bit. That one caught him as it came off the bat. You can see him hop up there.
He immediately takes the catcher's mitt off.
Umpire throws the ball back, and so you're going to give him just a little break. Rush play it off. Just give him a little bit of a break here.
1-1.
All right, Texter back in. Here we go, Brad.
A 1-1 by Schmidt. As he stares in at Hunergarth. Here's the pitch.
Curveball.
Curveball.
Got Lou waving at it. It's really
1-2.
got to shorten that swing up just a little bit here and protect. Anyway on.
Both runners take their lead in Varney and Decker. 1-2 on Lou Texter. Schmidt's pitch. Way outside, 2-2.
Good eye there by Texter. Not chasing something out of the zone.
Good pitch by Schmidt. See if Texter would chase that. But
might be curveball coming back here, Brad.
I would think so. The 2-2.
Yep.
Got him swinging, just as we expected on the curveball. Out number 2. Strikeout number 5 for Schmidt.
Well, and right here, you got Meester got a base hit his first time up. Really need another one right here.
The second baseman, number 8, Colin Meester.
Meester singled up the middle his first time up to bat.
Meester calls time.
Second baseman Trainer shaded over towards
here,
second.
Here again, Brad, I think you're going to see a lot of this out of the Wolverines because Schmidt is definitely checking in, getting his call, then checking the runners. So I think the Wolverine hitters need to keep calling that time. Yeah.
Barney's back there safely as they throw back to second.
And really, Barney's not, I don't think Barney's a kid you're going to get in that situation, no. Brad. Really good baseball knowledge on him. And
outside, 1-0. Catcher Hunergarth tried to frame that, or was it strike? I see 0-1 on the board.
Yeah, but
I don't see the signal.
I didn't see a strike signal, but
nonetheless,
we'll see what the umpire gives us here. If it's 1-1 or 2-0, I think it might be 1-1. I don't know.
No signal by the umpire. On the board, it says 1-1.
Well, and here 1-2, right? Meester just got to shorten up that swing. Just put a bat on it.
Schmidt looks in with 2 outs and 2 on by the Wolverines. He's going to lift a shallow.
Right fielder's back, twisting, and does
makes
make the play.
Well, Meester put the bat on the ball, but the Wolverines leave 2 on the base pads and trail 3-1 going in the bottom of the third after this.
All right, as Reineke gets set, Costello throws his pitch. Reineke throws it down. Wolverines trail this one 3-1 here going to the bottom of the third.
Yeah, they do, and it'll be the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Trailblazers.
Number 5, Owen
Unergarth, Schmidt, and Butchard. Unergarth walked his first time up to bat. He's 0 for 1. Costello's first pitch gets away from Reineke.
Ball one, that one skipped away. That hasn't happened much tonight.
No. Thankfully, nobody was on. 1-0. Strike number 1, 1-1.
I think he's located where that strike zone's at. He likes that spot. He likes that inside low pitch.
And Unergarth fouls it off to the left.
He took a little off that one.
Down 1 and 2. We've seen that as he did that to the Grundy center hitters. At least the 2-3-4 hitters of the Spartans took a little off and had some of them Spartan hitters out in front. Got it swinging. Big strikeout by Costello.
Yeah, a good spot. Outside strike for that one. Outside pitch, got him hacking at it. So, Costello, we're in that third inning, Brad. We're starting to get to that point where we talk about Costello and how he runs here.
First strikeout recorded by Carson Costello. Brings in Nick Schmidt, the pitcher. That's going to be outside, 1-0. Outfield normal depth. Driven over the head of Barney into the
good line
gap.
drive over top of Arnie. Kolash does get over to it and gets the ball back in quickly, but that is a single for Schmidt. That was a good piece of hitting there. And it looks like we would have a runner. It will be 24. JT Recker will run.
Brings in Butchard.
The next batter for the
Breaker.
Trailblazers, the first baseman, number 10, Logan Bircher.
He grounded out to Lou his first time up to bat. 1 out, 1 on. The pitch. Strike number 1.
It'll be interesting here with the courtesy runner, even though he is a senior, to see if Carson will make a play at him at first.
See if we can get him leaning. He has a good lead over there, does Schmidt. Lifted high on the infield. Lou Texter calls everybody off, and in foul territory makes the play.
Out 2. Great piece of hit, or great piece of fielding there by Texter to call everybody off and go get it himself.
Yep, exactly right. Be Craner. He's doubled his first time up to bat. He's 1 for 1. Doubled into that right.
He hit that one into right center over that Kolash couldn't quite get to. So again, you got way too much green out there, in my opinion. Ooh, got him swinging.
Craner's swinging at the first pitch, strike number 1.
It's just one of those things, Brad. I think from where we normally sit, what we normally see, I know this isn't super deep compared to what we have, but it just looks huge.
Yeah, it does. And that's going to be fouled off, and he had Craner chasing a high fastball there.
Yeah, a good spot for that one. If you miss it, you get a ball called and nothing hurt, but got him hacking at it. So
0-2 is Craner. Schmidt takes his lead. Costello's ready to deal. Grounded hard. Barney under his glove. Barney.
The Wolverines are.
And Schmidt kind of goes in awkwardly at third.
Yeah, late slide there. I'm not sure. There was really no play, but Stefan comes up with it and didn't quite get it up quick enough, but allows him to go first to third.
7 hits now, scattered out by the Blazers. Brings in Florence. Fouled it away.
Well, and Brad, we've talked about it this year, especially the games that we've seen Costello throw. You know, teams are going to get some hits off him. It's just the nature of how he pitches, and so a good job of battling back here now and trying to find a way to shut this one off.
Runners on the corners by the Blazers. Costello's next offering. Good stop by Reineke.
Yeah, Reineke just walk it out.
Yep.
He's going to let him have second.
Yep.
You're not going to get that. You're going to fool a lot of people with that play, but not Nick Reineke.
No. Nick Reineke, a smart baseball player, does not throw it there. 1-1 on Florence. Costello trying to work out of this third inning. Just
a little low.
2-1.
That's been the pitch he's liked, so not a bad nibble there to try and find it, see if he can get that call.
2-1, 2 outs, 2 on. The kick and the delivery. Driven right at Meester.
Meester sits down on it, throw to first.
In time.
Got out of it.
And so the Blazers strand 2, plate nobody. Will go to the top of the 4th after this.
All right, back here, Merchants Park in Carroll, Iowa for the first round of the state baseball tournament. Wolverines trail this one 3-1 as we go to the 4th inning, Brad.
Yeah, trail at 3-1. It'll be Costello, Walston, and then McCumber.
Well, and as we've said, 7, 8, 9, it's, we need those guys to go.
Schmitz's first pitch. Strike number 1 on Costello. Costello waves the bat. Drives it. Oh, just good play by the first baseman.
Erase. He got there. Man, that first baseman had to go to his right and knock it down, and Costello hustled it out, but couldn't beat the first baseman to first. So excellent play there by first base.
Hit it hard, but right at the first baseman, Butcher. He's looking at his hand because he knew that one hurt. Butcherfeld thought it was closer than what he thought because Butcherfeld had to talk with the first base umpire. But nonetheless, 1 out with Walston coming up to bat. Bending curveball, strike number 1.
This is right here is where we need Walston to just get the bat on something here.
That was a nasty pitch by Schmidt.
That one moved quite a bit.
Strike number 2. Walston's quickly down 0-2. McCumber standing on deck. The 0-2.
Ooh. A little closer than I would have liked with 2 strikes, Brad.
1-2. That bounces.
Talk about not letting the umpire decide it for you, but.
Yep. 1-2 on Walston. Grounded slowly. Over the glove of the first baseman. That's going to trickle into right field.
I'll tell you, though, Brad, the way this field sits, first base is right into the sun. And that's got to be tough to look at. And he had just one right before that.
Yep.
Went right at him, too. So that one gets over the glove, and McCumber comes up with 1 on and 1 out.
Walston takes his lead as Butcher's holding him on.
Yeah.
Strike number 1, yep.
Yeah, McCumber held up. He wanted to take a hack at that one. I don't know what the call was, but he looked like he wanted that one.
0-1 on McCumber. Schmitz's next pitch. driven
Right
right
up
back
the
up the middle.
middle.
Backhanded by the second baseman.
They got
In
him at
time.
second. Great play there by the second baseman. You see that the Trailblazers have slid to the middle now. They're
Yep.
playing that middle. But that was a good hit by McCumber. I
Yep.
mean, he hit it hard right up the middle. Just a good play by second base to flip that to short. And really, it was a close play with Walston
Yep.
at second. So with 2 outs here, top of the order's up.
McCumber takes his lead. The pitch. In the dirt. 1-0.
Skipped in, but blocked. There again, Brad. Hugh and Garth doing a great job behind the plate of really blocking that ball and not letting it get away.
McCumber takes 3 or 4 steps off first. The pitch. Bending curve, misses ball 2.
Well, and this is a big one right here, Brad, for the Wolverines.
Yeah.
Get Kolash on.
And you get the 2, 3, 4 hitters possibly. He
Ooh,
rifles it
that
off to
was-
the right.
That ball was
2 and
coming
1.
in. Kolash got a hand on it, got a good bat on it.
2-1 on Devin Kolash, one of 2 seniors on this Wolverine team. Misses 3-1. Wow,
Yeah, that one was close.
closer than what we thought. 3-1 on Kolash. McCumber.
Yep, got him swinging through
Yeah.
that one. I'd reared back with a fastball right there.
3-2. McCumber will probably be running here on the 3-2 by Schmidt. And that
Skipped in,
gets
ball
away.
4, and that gets away. So McCumber's going to turn.
I wouldn't touch the
He's
arm
going to
of-
stay at second. There again, he was not running on the pitch,
No.
Brad. If he's taken off, that's an opportunity. But
Yep.
here comes Texter with 2 outs, 2 on.
Second walk given up by Schmidt. Brings in the third baseman, Will Texter. With 2 outs, 2 on here in the top of the 4th inning. Schmidt's
Nope.
going to call the
Yep.
catcher,
We're not-
Unigarth, out.
We'll have a quick conversation here. But yeah, again, Brad, this is not you don't want to fool with Texter here.
No.
We've seen what he's capable of doing. He's hit a couple up the middle for a good solid base hit. And he's capable with that power of taking it over the fence.
Well, we've seen a lot of base hits go up the middle by the Wolverines, and any time that could be base hits, as hard as balls they were hit. But Beckman playing the middle, as you said.
Oh,
Ooh.
nope. McCumber not taking off. He'd have had to been going right away on that one, but that one over top of Will. Curveball got away from him, but yeah, they're holding with the second baseman now, but he's not sliding back to the hole.
No.
So if you're the Wolverines, you can fire one through that hole. You got base hits there on that right side.
Texter very capable of doing that. Grounds one
There
in
through the hole, and they're going to hold everybody up.
Yep, and bases are going to be
So-
loaded for Gus Varney.
Bases loaded. Here comes Varney. And Brad Varney on the year, 5'11", 6 home runs, 45 RBIs, and that's going to bring a visit to the mound.
Yep. And here comes the head coach by the Blazers. Could see a pitching change. We talked about it.
One of the things we said, Varney throughout this entire season has never been hit. Well, it looks like
just a short chat by the head coach.
Umpire's going to come out.
They're going to leave him in.
Nope, they're going to make the change. That's Offerman. They are going to make the change. Nate Offerman, 13 appearances, 4 starts. He is 7-3, so probably their reliever, similar to a Lou Texter for us. He's thrown almost 50 innings. He's got 2 saves. Opponents are hitting .230 against him. He's got a 2.70 ERA, 14 walks and 36 strikeouts. So 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. Watching him warm up here, he throws hard. So, but here again, Brad, this is a situation that we've seen many times.
Oh, yeah. And I think most of the teams in this first round, you're going to get their 1-2 pitchers just to get them into that next day. And I think that's what we're going to see from the Blazers here.
Yeah, I'll be interested to see. There again, I'm not sure what his final pitch count was, but we knew he was getting close to that average.
Yep.
Something as we've been looking at this year, anything to pull some stats.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, Offerman here is going to come in, and he's another righty. He's got kind of a short arm delivery here, Brad. It's quick. The ball's hidden until it comes out of his hand, and it's a quick release.
So then did Schmidt go to short?
Yep.
Yep.
So Schmidt will move to short, and Offerman will come to pitch.
Just a flip-flop.
So here again, bases loaded with 2 outs. Gus Varney, first batter to see Offerman tonight.
Yeah, and the exact person the Wolverines would want up to bat here in this situation.
It's like the Trailblazers are going to play deep across. Third is going to be in a little bit, but I don't think Gus is bunting.
No, center field is shaded into right center is Schultz.
First pitch strike. But here again, as a batter, this is tough because you want to see a couple pitches. You want to show your teammates what you're going to see up there, but you got to be ready to be aggressive.
The runners take their lead. Offerman stares in at Hunergarth. Has Varney called time? No. Gonna ground one in
through
the hole.
Through the hole. That's
be
going to score 2, I think.
Here
Kolash is
Kolash
coming.
to
Here
the
comes the
plate.
throw home.
The play at the plate is
Kolash
not in
is in.
time, and the single by Varney ties the game at 3.
Well, and a great piece of hitting by the top hitter on the Wolverines team, Brad.
Yep.
He just hit that right through the hole. Kolash was running hard all the way, and Martin sent him immediately.
Well, with that speed, we talked about how fast Kolash is. So, nonetheless, that I got it unofficially scattered out 10 hits so far.
It's like they got us at 8. Oh, steps off. So again, first and second here with 2 outs, and Reineke up now, Brad.
Yeah.
So again, big hole on that right side.
Reineke reaching a high chopper. His first time or second time up the bat.
He hits one.
And that's going to send the center fielder
He's
back.
just going to drift under it. It looked better than when it came off the bat, but that will end the inning.
But the Wolverines tie it at 3 with a single by Varney and leave 2 stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the 4th after this. Go ahead, Joe.
All right, back here for the bottom of the 4th inning. Brad, we got a ball game here. Wolverines do put 2 across there in the top of the 4th to tie this one at 3. Costello back on the mound for his 4th inning of work.
We talked about it a little bit, and good piece of hitting by Gus Varney. As he's seen that second baseman Trainer shaded towards second, just hit it in the hole, and with Kolash's speed on second, Martin was not hesitating. He was sending Kolash all the way, I think.
Yeah, I think that was going to be a play at the plate no matter what.
Yep.
Just the way that ball was hit, and as fast as Kolash is, that was a good piece of running by him.
Kleesner, the first man to bat in bottom of the 4th.
A little out.
Ball outside.
Little out.
Not a bad pitch, though.
No, good spot for it. But here again, we've seen this out of Costello over and over,
Strike
Brad.
Number 1-1.
He nibbles. He'll find it. When he finds one that you have a problem with, he's going to hammer that spot.
1-1 on Kleesner. Lifted high. Is it
That one, I
playable for
think
Texter?
it
Long run.
Texter on his horse, but that one is out of play.
And Costello's ahead on Kleesner, 1 and 2. Kleesner, the number 9 designated hitting, battering for the third baseman Tier.
Nibbles.
2 and 2.
Well, and Kleesner on the year, he doesn't, he's only got 5 strikeouts. He doesn't strike out a lot, so expect him to put this ball in play.
Lifts it high. Reineke chases it.
Texter chases it, and that is off the bleachers. Tell you, Lou Texter's getting his sprints in.
Yep. Getting his wind sprints in here. And Kleesner's going to live to see the 2-2 over again from Costello. Sets, kicks, and delivers.
Oof.
That pitch is high, and that's going to be 3 and 2.
That one, I'm not sure what happened there. I think that's a couple times that, that Carson's tried to go to that curve, and it hasn't gone anywhere. I don't know if it's coming out of the hand funny or what's going on.
3 and 2 on Kleesner. Top of the order due up after this. The pitch. Lifted high and out of
play. Out of play. Kleesner doing a really good job of hitting here. I mean, he's battling and fighting off some good pitches.
Fighting off some very good pitches delivered by Costello. See if Costello can get him something on the inner third. There it is. It's lifted into center. Kolash takes a couple steps back.
And he drifts up, and he's under it, so that will be
the
out
play.
number 1. Great. And I will say that one was a good battle both sides.
Yep.
Costello moving the ball around a little bit, and Kleesner putting that thing in play. But here comes Schultz, the by stats the best hitter for this team.
0 for 2 right now. As I have it. Squares around
Shows
to bunt.
And pulls it back. Ball skips in.
1 and 0. The quick show by Schultz.
Yeah. I don't know. Texter.
Skips in.
That one skips in too.
2-0.
There again, that's a couple that, and you look at Costello and just again, take a deep breath, find a strike.
Costello deals the 2-0. Lifted foul. Will Texter on the run.
That one is going to get out of play.
2-1 now on Schultz. Nobody on, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-3 ball game.
Yep, a little low. Here again, you wonder how long Coach Martin will go with Costello. We've seen Costello go full games for the Wolverines this year, but that one caught him on the elbow. Yep, caught the elbow pad.
Brings in the new pitcher, Offerman.
Bring some baseballs back to the umpire, and we'll get ready to go here. You can see
Offerman 2 for 2 today.
You see Coach Martin makes the call. Defense will adjust a little bit, not too awful much.
See if they test the arm of Reineke. Schultz does. Good lead, huge lead by Schultz.
Yeah, you almost got to throw over here if you're Costello. Yep. So Offerman shows bunt, and Will Texter's going to be standing in his hip pocket by the time that ball gets in there, but Costello steps off, so a good job of breaking the play up.
Strike number 1.
Pulled it back, but it is a strike in there.
0-1. Schultz a huge lead.
Yeah, he's got a good-sized lead over there. You almost got to take a check at him.
I would think so. Offerman ready for the 0-1. Driven in the hole. That's going to be a base hit. Schultz is going to be
held up at second, so a single there. A good piece of hitting by the Trailblazers. Well, and right now, you're getting in that dangerous spot here in a tie game.
1 out, 2 on. Sigrath on in the batter's box.
Coach Martin makes a call.
The pitch. Strike number 1.
You know, watching Costello out there, Brad, it's looked like he's getting a little more arm on that pitch.
0-1. Good stop by Reineke.
Yep. Ball
1-1.
skips in, and Reineke with a very good stop there, but
sat right underneath his lap. 1-1 on Sigrath. The pitch.
That one's going to be ripped into right.
They're going to wave.
Yep, they are going to wave the runner home. No play at the plate. Single scores a run.
I think Lou would have had a play there. Ungergarth struck out his second time up to bat. He's 0 for 2 with a walk and a strikeout. Blazer runners on first and second. 4-3 now. That's fisted. Barney.
Flared, and Barney can't get to it. That will be a single.
And their base pads are going to be loaded.
It's just a tough thing for Barney to do, and Coach Martin's talking to Coach Butcherfeld. Looks like he's going to come out. And we might have seen the end of Costello here.
I think so.
We'll see. There again, nothing you could do there. Just fired out in there, and it was a tough play. Over the third baseman. He couldn't get there, but.
Well, it's kind of like that ball was in no man's land.
Yeah, I mean, a good attempt by Varney, but really nothing he could do with it. Just flared it over top. It's like Coach Buscherfeld's going to bring some baseball out to the umpire while Coach Martin talks. Really a good job of.
Costello's going to stay in
Costello's staying, but there again, I think just a reset, kind of a mental reset here.
Yeah.
Bases loaded. You want to talk about what you want to do here with 1 out. You know, again, you got a good hitter coming up, and you need to know what the play is going to be.
He's 1 for 2. Is Schmidt.
Schmidt, a .314 hitter on the year. Only 3 strikeouts, so you know the ball's going to be in play. That's the thing you got to worry about.
Yep. See if we can hit it at somebody for a double play. Costello sets, delivers. Chopper up the middle to Varney.
Varney
to Meester.
Meester, and no play. No play at first, yep. Late throw and just could not get it there. Right now, that's going to score another run, but Brad, it's really come down to those plays.
Yep.
The Wolverines need to make those plays and just not doing it right now. Meester kind of checked himself. I don't know if he thought he didn't have a play and then late threw it, but runners first and third with 2 outs. 2 runs in already. Beckman answering the DNH runs from the top of the 4th.
Butcher. That's a strike number 1. Runners stand on the corners for the Blazers. 5-3. Bottom of the 4th.
I gotta imagine the runner at first is taking off here.
Costello's next pitch. There goes the runner. Swing and a miss.
Swung through.
0-2 on Butcher.
Well, and here it's just a matter of getting the batter.
Yep.
With 2 outs, you just got to go out and get the batter here. And Costello's takes a deep breath, gets himself set.
Place one on the outer portion of the plate. See if he can get Butcher to chase.
Time called by the batter. There again, those
late time.
We talk about those mind games.
Yep.
No, really, Brad, just honestly, as we look around here, just an amazing complex we're sitting in here.
Yep, amazing facilities here at Merchant Park here in Carroll.
Ooh, just missed.
Wow, that could have never missed by much.
Nope, but a good spot for it if you're Costello on an 0-2 pitch. That's a good looking pitch.
Good spot there.
That's a tough one to lay off of.
You can almost go back to that a couple more times on a 1-2 count to Butcher. Had him
Fouled
chasing
out
a
play.
high one. See the 1-2 over again. One and two, 2 outs, 2 on. 2-run lead by the Blazers. Costello's next pitch.
Just up and out. But another good nibble by Costello. Again, he's, as we've talked about, Brad, he stays around the strike zone so much that those are pitches he can get called.
2 and 2.
As he nibbles at them. So we'll look for him to come again with another, probably just a little out of the zone pitch.
The 2-2 on its way. Oh, did he get him to go around? Oh, and the appeal did not.
Appeals to first, and he says he did not, so we're at a full count.
Boy, that was close.
Burchard did a good job of holding up, but it was close, but it looked like he'd held up.
Yep.
That's the advantage of having 4 umpires today.
The full count pitch by Costello.
Nothing hurt there, though, Brad. You had first base open in this situation. Again, I think the only problem is your number of pitches you're throwing.
Yep. Only the 3rd walk by Costello.
Yep.
But the base pads are now loaded again for Craner.
And Kramer's a 301 hitter. Does have 11 strikeouts.
Force it any bag. First strike number 1.
It's probably a good thing we're sitting in where we are, Brad.
Yep, I think so.
I can
lift it high, shallow. Meester on the back pedal.
Meester had to turn around.
Makes the play. Wow, what a play by Colin Meester.
Wow, he turned a couple times, Brad, and had to go get it, but makes the play. Wolverines get out of that.
Bases loaded, jam.
Only giving up 2.
Beckman scores a pair, leads 5-3. We'll go to the top of the 5th after this.
So as Offerman finishes up his pitches, and we'll have the throwdown. Wolverines are going to bring Lou Texter to start this inning. Brad scored 2 in the top of the 4th, but gave up a couple in the bottom, and looks like Costello sits at 84 pitches. Wonder if we'll see him in the next inning, but we'll see what Coach Martin decides to do as we get set to go here. Again, like to thank Central Iowa Chaos Softball and our anonymous donor for allowing us to be here today.
Exactly right. Couldn't have done it without them. Lou Texter first in. Strike number 1.
Well, and here again, Lou just need a base hit. He hit that one to first last time, and last time?
Yeah, rifled the shot off the first baseman's glove. Oh no, that was Costello. That pitch is outside. 1-1. Lou's been called out on strikes both times.
Okay. Yep. Lou just needs to put the ball in play here and see what good can happen.
The pitch. He's going to
line. Is that gap? Nope. Oh, it is over the right fielder. Texter's going to run. He's going to be at least with a double. He's going to stay at second. You can see Coach Martin already holding that. Exactly, he hit first and his hands are up. So, man, a great piece of hitting by Lou Texter there. Ripped that double over the right fielder.
Yes, he did. So
Wolverines are trying to strike early.
Doing as Meester.
Looks like there's going to be a big old hole on the right side, Brad. Second baseman's basically behind the pitcher.
Yep. Pitch is down low. 1-0.
Man, that was just Lou just stayed back and got a piece of it.
Drove it
really
in the
hit
gap.
it hard.
pitch.
Yep. No,
No.
missed it.
2-0.
Thought that was a strike for sure. Lou out there dancing at second to try and get the pitcher's attention.
Well, yeah.
Well, and either that or he's just antsy.
Well, he
But
gets a lot of
it is
people's
Lou,
attention.
so yep,
Strike
there it
number
is.
one,
So
2-1.
yeah, 2-0. You got to imagine Meester's watching that one.
Meester can keep it going. He singled his first time up to bat, flied out his second time up to bat. Offerman stares in, delivers. Gonna foul it away in the parking lot, 2-2.
Yeah, a little behind it, just a touch behind it there by Meester.
Boy, if he could pull one down the third base line, the left fielder is.
Yep, he's
way
going to
off
have
the
to be
line.
way in front of it,
Yep.
though, and he's been a little behind
Yep.
today. So, oh, and as he rips one by Coach Martin at third base.
2-2 as Meester hangs in to see another pitch.
Well, that might have been the first. That might have been the first ball with some movement.
Yep.
We've seen by Offerman
Yep.
tonight.
Lou Texter led the inning off with a double. See if Meester can keep it going. Wolverines down by 2, 5-3. Top of the fifth inning.
Yeah, got him
Nice.
swinging through. Good high fastball there to get Meester.
Out number 1.
Well, here again, though, Brad, here comes, as we talked about at the beginning of the game, 7, 8, 9. You got a guy on second. Any way on here, if you're Costello, you got to find a way on base.
Tier, the third baseman, stepping on the grass. Everybody else at normal depth. Offerman's going to deliver.
That's a long run. That's going to be, looks like left fielder will have a play on it.
And that's out number 2.
He caught it just in fair territory. I thought that one was going to keep trailing, but it held up, it looks like.
Quickly 2 outs. Wolverines don't want to squander this opportunity. The leadoff double by Lou Texter.
Well, and here comes Walston, and we've talked about it. Walston kind of knocking the rust off a little bit after being out a few games. He took a couple good walks the other night.
Yep.
So here again, be aggressive, but be smart.
1 for 2 is Walston. The pitch. That pitch is high, ball 1. McCumber standing on deck.
No, and again, McCumber's been putting the bat on the ball today.
Offerman's next offering on a 1-0 count on Walston.
Yep.
1-1.
That strike's been there all day, so it's an adjustment that the Wolverines are going to have to make.
Walston's ready. Slightly open stance. The 1-1. Up high, 2-1.
Here, if you're Walston, get something to hit here.
Something in the wheelhouse.
Find a gap.
Yep, something in the wheelhouse he can drive. The 2-1 by Offerman.
He steps off.
Gather himself. Adjust the hat a little bit.
Resets.
Walston's ready again. Offerman stares in at Hunergarth. The pitch. Strike 2.
Strike 2. There again, you got to be a little more aggressive up there at the plate.
2-2 on Michael Walston. Just takes 1. Hoffman sets and delivers. Outside, 3-2.
Well, and here, if you're Walston here, if it's close, you got to be ready to hack. Wolverines, when they've hit the ball, have put the ball in play and had some good things happen here tonight.
They've hit it hard when they put it in play. 3-2 on Walston. Lou with a big lead on second. The pitch.
Ball 4.
Ball 4. That was a close pitch to take. Wow.
Yeah, that's one of those that we've talked about. You leave it up to the. We have quick time. Catcher goes out.
2 outs, 2 on now. Tying run is Walston at first.
Again, if you're McCumber, anyway on here.
We've seen McCumber turn on a few and rifle it down third base. See if he can sneak one by Tier. Offerman's first pitch to McCumber in the dirt. That's going to be key. That ball's going to have to skirt a long ways away for the runners to advance.
Yeah.
With Texter on second.
Yep, and his lead's not really big.
Ooh,
McCumber fires one off out play to the right side.
Boy, went with the pitch though.
Yeah, and I think at this point, if you're Cole, that's what you need to do. You just go with where it's at and hit it. Don't try and do more with it than the ball's going to let you.
We've seen the confidence build in this sophomore hitter in Cole McCumber. 1-1. He's going to lift it shallow. In as the center field.
Right fielder calls it off and makes the
play.
play. So Wolverines get that first one, but can't do anything with it, Brad.
Nope.
Leave two stranded.
Yep, leave a pair stranded. We'll go to the bottom of the fifth after this.
All right, back here in Carroll, Iowa, Merchants Park, first round of the state baseball tournament. Brad, we got some changes here for the Wolverines. That will be it for Costello. He will slide out to center field. Kolash moves into second. Meester over to short, and Gus Varney will come to the mound for the Wolverines. Varney, 6-1 on the year. Opponents are hitting .219 against him. He's issued 17 walks and struck out 35. So, teams are hitting. He's got an ERA of 3.09. And really, we've talked about this. Really, the last couple of outings has struggled a little bit.
Yes, he has. See if he can get it to pull it together here.
But, again, I think as we talked, if it wasn't going to be Texter, it was going to be Varney. And
Yep.
so this Varney, we saw Varney come in and close out Grundy Center.
Yep.
And that was a game the Wolverines were down as well. And when he came in, and he ended up getting the win off of that.
Yeah, exactly right. It'll be Florence, Kleesner, and then Schultz, the top of the order for the Beckman Blazers. Varney's first pitch, driven into left center, and that's going to be
trouble.
Florence rounding second, and he's going to stay there with a double.
Yep, double to start it off on the first pitch. Varney threw him. Here again, Brad, this is going to be interesting. Varney, one of these key juniors on this team.
Yep.
So Coach Martin makes a call here. We get an adjustment.
Now it's Kleesner. Varney stares back a second, delivers.
Ooh,
inside on Kleesner.
Here the lineup changes for the Wolverines. Now playing second base, number 2, Devin Kolash. Now playing shortstop, number 8, Colin Meester. Now in center field, number 11, Carson Costello.
1-0 on Kleesner. Varney's going to deliver to the plate. Strike number 1.
Number 1, Gus Varney.
1-1. Good pitch by Varney. Pull the count even on Kleesner. Varney's going to set and deliver. A high pitch, 2-1. Two and one on Kleesner, with Florence standing on second after his double. Lift it out of play, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Beckman up by 2 here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Varney nods and delivers. Ooh, did he go around?
Nope.
No, he did not.
Held up.
2-2 yet. Or excuse me,
Should be
3
full
and,
count.
Yep, 3-2. Sorry about that. The 3-2 on Kleesner.
Varney gets himself set.
The kick and the fire.
Ball 4.
First walk by Varney brings in the top of the order.
And nobody out. You got to find one here, Brad.
Finding out here. McCumber deep and right. Varney's going to deliver the first pitch to Schultz. Strike number 1.
Well, that's been a pitch.
Yep.
Varney steps off. That's been a pitch we've seen called a strike
Quite often
on
here.
these left-handed hitters.
Yep. 0 for 3 is Schultz. Down low, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike on Schultz. Florence is the runner on second. Kleesner the runner on first. No outs. That's going to be fouled out of play.
Back behind us, on top of us,
I would
maybe.
assume so.
Nope, got over top.
1-2. Be a big out here if Varney could find it. But you're going to have to get it by a good hitting Schultz.
Yep.
Varney nods. Peers back at second. Kicks and delivers. Driven into center, right at Costello, who didn't see it. I don't know what that was. If Costello didn't see that come off the bat.
I'm not sure, Brad. It looked like he was just going to float underneath it, but yeah. This
Offerman, 2 for 3. Pair of singles.
A lot of danger here if you're the Wolverines.
And
Find a way out.
Martin's going to call the infield in.
Well, they're going to be way in, which means those little flares are going to be harder to get to.
Yep. Varney's first pitch. Fouled away. 0-1. Good job of working ahead. Varney nods. Curveball driven to the shortstop. Meester plays 1.
It gets the out at second. We'll play to run, though.
1 out, 1 in.
Runners on the corners here.
Next batter for the Trailblazers, the left fielder, number 17, Luke Sigworth.
Well, we are going to have our courtesy runner.
Number 24, JT Recker.
The way my printout reads is Recker, but he's announced it.
Courtesy runner for the Trailblazers, number 24, JT Raker.
Raker. So
Okay. Sigroth, the thorn in the Wolverines' side today. In the box, the pitch. Strike number 1. It's 2 for 3, a double and a single. On deck is Hunergarth. Runners on the corners for the Blazers. 6-3.
Ball one, but they give up second. Again, so far they've been pretty consistent.
Yep.
Reinke's pump faking to second, see if he can get the runner at third off the base.
1-1 on Sigroth. The pitch. Lifted high.
On the infield, looks like it's right to Varney.
Varney drifting. Oh, and he doesn't make the play.
He got caught on the mound and stepped back onto the mound, and it could not make the catch.
That's going to be an error.
Yep. It'll be an error on Varney there on the mound.
Yep.
The second one of the night for the Wolverines.
Ungarth in the box. Again, another opportunity for these Blazers with the base pads loaded. Swing and miss, strike one. I think Varney had a little frustration behind that one, Joe.
Yeah, a little bit. It is actually 0-1. The count is
0-1.
not right on the board.
Fouled away. 0-2.
Quickly 0-2 with only one out.
Yep.
The board here is off,
Now
showing 2 outs and 0-0.
Yep.
So
0-2. Varney can take something off here. Driven up the middle, that's going to be a base hit.
it's going to score one, and they're going to hold the runner at third. Base hit. Yep, and that's going to bring Coach Martin to the mound. Quick conversation here. Trailblazers lead this one 7-3 now.
Martin slowly walks out. It's going to be Nick Schmidt in the box.
It's Coach Martin here out with the guys. Looks like they're going to bring everybody in a little bit. The base is loaded here, full of Trailblazers.
Yeah, good hitting Nick Schmidt up the bat. 2 for 3, a pair of singles. Lou Texter in on the grass.
The shortstop, number 13, Nick Schmidt.
Everybody else, normal depth. Outfield straight away. Varney's first pitch to Schmidt. Outside.
Well, and really no place to put him here, Brad, so he's going to have to come back a little bit.
One and 0. Up high,
High.
2-0. Two and 0. See if Varney can battle back here. The pitch. That's in tight. 3-0.
Well, and right now a little bit up.
Mm-hmm. 7-3 is your score in the bottom of the fifth. Blazers looking to add more.
Comes back with a strike on 3-1 or 3-0, make it 3-1. But again, all take.
Yeah, all batters are going to do that. 3-1. The pitch. Driven, that's going to be a gapper.
No, Steffen is on it. Steffen makes the play, and no runner at third was not tagged up.
Wow.
So that will get the second out. The runner at third started off like it was going to fall, and Steffen got over to it.
Out number 2.
Well, Brad, we've talked about this with the Wolverines this year. We've seen some of that.
Yeah.
The first baseman, number 10, Logan Butcher.
Butcher 0 for 2. With a walk. Varney's first pitch. Strike number 1.
And we haven't talked much about about Stefan because he's only playing the field.
Yep.
Walston DH for him. He's the other senior on this squad.
The 0-1. Lifted high. Playable
Reineke.
for Reineke.
Makes
And
play.
makes the play and ends the inning. But the Blazers played a pair, but leave the bases loaded. We'll go to the top of the 6th after this.
All right, Brad, we're back here. Bottom or top of the 6th. You know, this is a situation. We got the top of the order coming up for the Wolverines. This is a big inning right here. You need to put a few up and get most of the way, if not all the way through this order.
If not, yeah, exactly right. To have something coming through here in the top of the 7th when that time comes. The first pitch to Kolash. Drip fisted to the second baseman.
Oh, he overran it, and it gets through.
Kolash will not take a chance and stand on first.
He just, I don't know if that one cued off a little bit on him, but they gave him a hit on that, so a good piece of hitting by Kolash.
Good start by the Wolverines, brings in Will Texter. 2 for 3 is Will. Beckman look like they're playing the middle again. In on the grass is a third baseman Tier. Kolash is going to take his lead.
Right, curveball. That's first curve or second curve we've seen out of him.
Inner portion of the plate, strike number 1, 0-1 on Will Texter. Kolash, good lead. Butcher holding him on.
Snap throw to first, did not get him.
0-2 on
Texter, quick
though.
0-2 to Texter. Texter's going to have to be aggressive here.
Well, watch for the curve.
Got to be ready here for something that's going to be probably a little bit out of the zone.
Kolash takes his lead. Offerman's next pitch. Way to lay off. 1-2.
Well, and in this situation, Brad, one hit doesn't change the game. Doesn't give us the lead. So you got to find a way, any way you can on.
Yep. 1-2. Offerman's pitch. 2-2.
Inside on Will.
Well, Will's a good batter up there. He has a good knack for the ball.
Yeah, he sees what's coming in. So here again, 2-2.
Offerman's 2-2.
That
Skips in there, 3-2.
Oh, started off 0-2, and now we're at a full count. So Texter working this one.
3-2. Offerman peers over at Kolash. The 3-2. High chopper. It's going to be trouble.
Only play is at first.
Did he make it?
Yep. He held on to it.
Wow.
And after some of the plays we've had at first, you can hear the Wolverine fans a little thirsty over there.
1 out. Brings in Varney.
Yeah, Kolash did a good job of running across in front of the fielder, making that a tough play for him.
Varney in the box. 3 for 3 tonight. Kolash standing on second.
Big spot here for Varney. That left field line is wide open.
The pitch.
Goes with it.
He goes with it, but I think he's going to fly out.
Center
Yes, he
fielder
does.
does make the play. Kolash
Yes.
tags up,
Good throw.
and the ball came out, so Kolash is safe, and we have got time. That was a toast play there at third.
Good arm by the center fielder, Schultz.
Yeah, he came up firing on that one. That was a lot closer than I thought it would
Yes.
be when he fielded it.
Wolverines, the catcher, number 22, Nick Reineke.
Nick Reineke in the batter's box. 1 for 3 tonight. Needs a base hit here.
Yep.
Strike number
First
1.
pitch strike. Again, if you're Nick, it takes one. You really just
Exactly
gotta
right.
stay back and get your pitch here. Ooh, swung
Had it.
through that one.
0-2 quickly on Reineke.
Yep, got to shorten that up a little bit. Like you said, anyway on, we joke about it, but Nick's not been hit in a couple games now. And he usually gets a couple off the back.
The 0-2. That
Gets
gets
through,
away,
and
that's
here
gonna
comes Kolash.
Yep. That's going to score a run.
Oh, and 1-2 here on Reineke. Here you need Reineke. You just need a base hit.
Yep. That pass ball makes it 7-4 in favor of the Blazers. Yep. Nick Reineke has to deliver a single here. 1-2 on is the count. And
Reineke calls time.
Yep.
Again, the Wolverine hitters not afraid to do that. Call time if they feel like they've sat for too long there.
Yep.
Something we've
Umpire.
seen all season.
Umpire still has time. Now he calls play ready to begin. Ooh,
And
stays
Reineke
alive.
hacks. Good piece of it.
Good job by Reineke to stay alive.
Yeah, and that was a curveball that really
1-2.
might have gone on either way because that thing I think was going to skip away. But
Yep.
ball skips in.
2-2 now.
Reineke, good eye up there. Brad, that's the one thing. And
Umpire's going to brush the plate off a
not
little bit.
sure if he was asking for that or what.
Could be.
Offerman called time and asked for the umpire, which we don't normally see.
No.
So
2-2 on Nick Reineke. Wolverines have scored a run here. Top of the 6th inning. The 2-2 with 2 outs.
Ooh.
Driven foul.
man, he turned on that
Yep.
one, Brad.
I think that would have went right by Tier.
Yeah, that was going to be tough play at third.
See the 2-2 over again from Offerman.
Reineke sets himself. Here comes the pitch.
Going to ground one to the shortstop.
Big
Blows
hop to
it.
the shortstop, and
Makes
he
the
gets
play
the out
in
at
time.
first.
The Wolverines score a run. Trail by 3. We'll go to the bottom of the 6th after this.
All right, Reineke dressed again, and we're going to take this next pitch by Varney down. Brad, Wolverines do scratch one across, but still trail this 1 by 3 as we go to the bottom of the 6th, and Trailblazers are going to come up and see what they can do against Varney here.
Yeah, they'll have the 7, 8, 9 hitters to face Varney here in the bottom of the 6th.
Well, and as we talk about it, this is a big spot here. If you're Varney, you need to get these first 3 guys and get back in and hit some more.
Yep. Craner, first one in the box. Varney sets. Strike number 1.
That one had something on it, Brad.
Could hear the pop from Reineke's glove.
Yeah, he reared back and fired that one, so.
0-1 on Craner. 0-2.
Varney working quick here.
0-2. Varney nods and delivers. Swung and
fouled off.
Oh.
Not sure who that went off of, but might have went off the hitter.
Barely. Didn't even hear the ting of the bat. But Craner stays alive. 0-2 yet. Varney kicks and delivers. Curveball got him looking. He knew it. Craner knew it.
Yep. No doubt in anybody's mind. You know, Brad, that's something that a couple years ago we talked a lot about, that 2-strike curve. We haven't seen much of it this year. But way to pull it out if you're Varney at that situation after throwing a couple of good strong fastballs.
Yep. Here's Florence. He delivered the double. First time seeing Varney in the bottom of the 5th. Gonna lift it foul.
He's up there swinging, Brad. That's been something that we've seen out of this team tonight. Trailblazers have done a good job of being aggressive at the plate.
Yeah, yep. They often hack at that first pitch thrown by these Wolverine pitchers. 0-1. Varney kind of aims that one in there. 1-1.
Skipped that one in, and Reineke turns his head and makes the catch, but
1-1. Varney kicks, delivers. That's in the
shallow though.
In front of Steffen.
Steffen couldn't do anything with it. That was the problem. So there again, it's been tough here for the Wolverines with that number 8.
Here comes Kleesner. 2 for 3, or excuse me, 1 for 3.
And Florence really by stats, by percentage, is the lowest rated hitter here, but he's been on just about every time.
Yep. Well, you kind of seen that in the Osage game. You know,
not a big lead, but
not so much the top of the order of that Green Devil team, but it was more the bottom half of the order that caused the fits for the Wolverines.
Yeah, that's been unfortunately been the thing here is bear down under the top with the top group, but runner going, Varney got him
in time. Good job.
Varney with a good pitch, and Reineke comes up firing to Kolash to get
2
that
outs.
out. An interesting play there, Brad, with Varney throws pretty hard. And that was a strike, so 0-1 here.
0-1 on Kleesner. Pitch is up high, 1-1.
Well, and Varney throws hard, and he throws, especially on the first pitch. He's bringing that pitch quickly. So, interesting time to take off. Chop. Will comes up firing to Lou.
Got him in time. Wow. Brother to brother makes the play. 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the top of the 7th after this.
All right, come back here, top of the 7th. Wolverines down to their last 3 outs, Brad. We've
Yep.
said this before, seen this before. Down 3. You know, Trailblazers are going to bring what essentially, as you look at stats, is probably their closer.
Yep.
Luke Sigworth, who was in left field, did you say?
Yep.
Was in left. He's going to come in. He's got 6 appearances, 4 saves in those 6 appearances, thrown 4 innings. He's got teams are hitting 0.59 against him this
He throws
year.
hard, does he? He does.
Throws hard. He's got 3 walks and 11 strikeouts, but he's hit 4 batters. So Offerman, as we said, goes back to short. Looks like
Raker.
Okay, Raker will come in, but Schmidt then goes to third.
Yep.
So Raker has been the courtesy runner. So, well, and here we go, Brad. This is the part of the order we've seen do this in the past,
Yep.
and it's time to do it again. So Lou Texter starting this one off.
Lou Texter due for a hit. The first pitch by Zigworth.
Well, and I
Number
think
one.
his pace is a lot higher than Offerman. So
Yep.
again, as these batters are going to have to be ready to go. Swung through it. That ball's definitely got some speed on it.
Yeah.
The Wolverine batters are going to have to be ready to go here.
0-2 on Lou Texter. Zigworth, next pitch.
Inside.
1-2.
Yep, good job of getting out of the way of that by Texter.
Works quickly. The 1-2 by Zigworth.
Got him swinging at it.
Out number 1. Brings in Colin Meester.
Well, and here you're going to have Meester and Costello for sure this inning.
Yep.
Need those guys to find a way on. Strike 1.
Strike 1 inside.
Yeah, Sigworth works quick.
Yep. He does. 0-1. Ziegler set already. Kind of got away from him. 1-1.
No, Meester is a little bit of a ball magnet.
Yep. But he wasn't going to hit that one.
No.
The 1-1 to Colin Meester.
He pops that one up. That would be
Right
the
to the shortstop.
That'd be 2 outs. Wolverines are down to their last out, Brad.
Be up to Costello to keep it going.
Yep, and you need Costello and Walston and McCumber here to
Get the bottom.
Just
Yeah.
find a way on. 7, 8, 9. Here we go. First pitch. Swung
Yeah,
through by
swing.
Costello.
That's okay. 0-1.
Strike 2.
2.
Well, and here we go, Brad. Costello's going to have a quick bat here.
Yep.
I'll tell you, Sigworth throws ball hard.
0-2 on Costello. The final strike for the Wolverine season.
Fouled
Fouled
off.
away.
Costello hanging in there.
Lives to see the 0-2 over again from Zigworth. Gonna ground one
Through
past
the hole.
first baseman.
Costello gets on, and here comes
Here comes
Walston.
Well, Costello did what he needed to do.
Yep,
Just put the ball in
anyway
play.
on.
And I think these Blazer fielders were surprised, and I think just caught him off guard a little
Yeah, a
bit.
little bit. Not ready for that ball to be put in play by Costello. He was really so far behind that first one
Yeah.
that you didn't think he'd get a hold of it, and he got a hold of it and pulled it.
Walston looks
First
at a
pitch
pitch
outside.
outside.
Brad, we
1-0.
again, we've talked about this over and over with this team. The battle by this group of kids.
Walston swings and misses strike 1. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike.
2 outs. Here we go.
2 outs. Runner on. Zigworth's next pitch. Behind
Walston, and that is going to move
Costello to
Costello
second.
to second. That takes the force out at second off.
Yep. brings the count to 2-1.
Well, this is interesting. That one was like a foot behind Walston.
Yep. But when you throw that hard, you're bound and determined to do that.
The pitch is up. 3-1.
McCumber.
Now the only thing here, Brad, as we look at this, is you don't have a chance for McCumber to bunt.
No, you don't.
With 2 outs, McCumber can't put a bunt down like he saw the other night. Yep.
Strike 2, 3-2 now.
3-2. Walston looked like he was going to take a hack at it. Well, here we go, Brad. Down to the last strike again.
3-2 on Walston. The pitch.
Through it. That'll do it.
So the Wolverines go down in defeat to the Beckman Blazers, 7-4 in this first round of the state.
Well, and Brad, really, this was a good game all around. Beckman did a great job of hitting when they needed to. Wolverines had a couple errors in there that are. We talked about how uncommon those errors are for this team this year, and but still a great battle by this team. And I'll tell you, we're going to graduate 2 seniors. There's a lot to like about what this group has and what Coach Martin has as he comes back. We come back and get ready, but. And really, Brad, I guess as we kind of close this out, I will again say thank you to Central Iowa Chaos and Josh Nolan for sponsor, and then the unnamed alumni who decided to jump in and sponsor us.
Yep.
These guys have been fun to watch all year. This has been just an absolute blast to watch this team, and for us to get a chance to come down here and call this game, just amazing.
And I'll thank again Travis and Chad, Travis Kiewit, Chad Bixby for getting this all ready for us. I mean, we got it ready here at state, but throughout the year, making sure everything was up and running.
And we really haven't had too much of a problem with things. When we have had, those guys have been on call. We've been able to get them here and get them fixed.
Yep.
The other thing I think, Brad, and I want to make sure we mention is I want to make sure we thank the school, thank Mr. Eichmeyer and Mr. Stockdale for all the help they've given us. They've been helping us throughout the year to make sure things are getting done, and I know we appreciate it. And appreciate you guys that are still watching, that have spent the year with us. I think, Brad, we finished year 3 here, and it's been a couple trips to state out of 3 years. Kind of ridiculous, but this group is we're going to send off these 2 seniors, but man, 26-4 for an opening year for Coach Martin.
You can't be disappointed about that. Wolverines had a phenomenal season, and regardless. I mean, the record, is great, but take the memories with you also. I mean, tons of memories from this.
Well, and I mean, we've talked about this with the number of times they came back from the first home game on. We've seen this over and over. But this team has never quit and always battled through. But it's just one of those things that you came against a good team and just a team you couldn't quite finish it off against. This Blazer team's good. I mean, they're going to be tough.
It's a good ball club, and
I mean, whoever they get, you got Van Meter and Carol Kemper coming out here, and whichever team wins that one is not going to have an easy out with with this Blazer team. I was impressed with what I saw. We don't get a chance to see them much.
No,
from where we're at, we don't get a chance to see them. So I thought it was a really good night. But in all of that, and I want to really give a huge thank you to Coach Martin and all the access not only he's given us to himself but to the players, and the players coming through and doing the interviews with us and everything else. I've been nothing but excited about what this year has what happened this year, and not just from, like you said, it's not just the record standpoint. It's what we've seen. It's what these guys have done. And to a man, as we talked to them, every one of them talked about how much fun it was to be with their teammates and how much they enjoyed that. And that's something you carry. Like you said, you carry that on throughout the years. Everybody you talk to, nobody ever talks about that record. Everybody talks about the guys and the guys they played with and the guys they got a chance to spend time with. And
exactly right.
Summer seasons are hard.
Yeah, they are. But kids showed a lot of fight throughout the year, and I enjoyed it, Joe, just like all the other years.
And again, I think that's something that you and I have talked about. We just absolutely enjoy what we do. We enjoy the opportunity to do this. Like I said, this is the first year we got to come down here and call call the state game, and that's just been fun. You know, been just a great time for us to get down here and to just kind of be part of this atmosphere. And I'll say the same thing about going to Mason City. That was a huge thing for us to get to do.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
you know, for all of you out there who happen to be still listening to us, again, we appreciate you guys. We appreciate you guys being with us and hanging out with us and listening to us while we mumble on and on. And,
yeah, exactly.
you know, again, as you said, the Wolverines do fall in defeat tonight, 7-4 to Beckman Catholic Trailblazers. But, you know.
But you get up here, Joe, and you're going to face a team is not.
You're getting the best
terrible
8 in the state.
Yeah,
You're not,
exactly.
You know, and again, the battles that the Wolverines have had, and as they've gone on this year, you know, we got a lot of memories, a lot of things that came out on the video that was played before the broadcast, and I'll put that one out on Facebook for everybody, and so everybody get a chance to see that in case you missed it.
All right. Well, as you don't have nothing else to add?
Nope. I'm good.
Well, here at the state tournament here in Carroll, Iowa at Merchant Park. This is, I'll be sending it off for Joe Huck. This is Brad Eichenberg. What a phenomenal season for the Wolverines, but the Wolverines go down in defeat here in this first round, 7-4 to the Beckman Catholic Blazers. And hopefully we'll see you guys next year.